Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Menghua, don't squat. Get up quickly. It's our class's turn to take graduation photos. If you don't get up again, Mr. Bai will swear. An urgent voice sounded in Menghua's ear. Menghua was confused. Two dead otaku over there, come here quickly. Another voice came from afar. Menghua shook his head and looked around blankly. This is a shabby playground, surrounded by green children in school uniforms, and some adults fiddling with cameras. It looks like middle school students are taking graduation photos. Menghua looked at the little fat man beside him, with a pair of big black glasses and a submissive look. It seemed that he was crying out for himself just now, nerd. Menghua's eyes widened. Isn't this Lu Yi, his third-year classmate? He subconsciously exclaimed. It's the devil. Haha, people around burst into laughter. What the hell? You get up quickly, Teacher Bai's face has changed again, we have to line up quickly. Lu Yi pulled Menghua, using a child's strength to pull Menghua up easily. Well. Menghua looked at his body in surprise. How did he get smaller? Isn't it the same as junior high school students? Junior high school, no way. Menghua quickly turned his head and saw an iron-faced man standing behind him. The man patted the list on his hand. Menghua, can't you even give me a graduation photo? By Jun Hui, Menghua's third-grade head teacher, and Lu Yi. Back in the past. Menghua's head was so confused that he went back to the past. Graduation photos, today is the day of junior high school graduation photos, Mom. His face suddenly pale, junior high school graduation photo is not the day his mother had a car accident. He had no time to think about why he was reborn. He thought that he must save his mother and never let the tragedy happen again. Menghua pushes Lu Yi away and runs to the bicycle parking shed. Wait. Menghua, don't take your graduation photos. The head teacher roared behind him, and Menghua looked back at him. No, go to your sister's graduation photo. Take that to the dog. Everybody's stupid. Psycho. He's crazy. Looking at his back, only Lu Yi was in a daze. Menghua's look back surprised him. When did he have this kind of look? Menghua is usually as timid as he is, but Lu Yi doesn't feel like his peers just now because of his eyes. He is uncomfortable. What? He must be wrong. Let's leave him alone and get ready to take pictures. The head teacher's face is not good. Looking, he patted the list, continue to guide the students to take photos. 2014 On May 15, 2005, it was less than a month before the senior high school entrance examination in Jiangnan province. Menghua's life in his last life has drawn two diametrically opposite tracks from today. On this day, his mother will die because of a traffic accident, and he will be adopted by others. Menghua didn't expect that God would give him another chance. He wanted to save his mother and let her live happily. My mother worked as an assembly line worker in a packaging factory. She got off work at 10 p.m. every night. But when Menghua rode by, the workers came out one after another. Today, the factory is like as 2 peas off the job, and finished the work ahead of time. Li Qin, who just came out, heard the voice and looked over in surprise. Xiaohua, why are you here? She came by holding the women's bicycle, with the same face as Menghua remembered. She was less than 40 years old, but she was full of wrinkles because of her work. I'm here to pick you up. Menghua has an impulse to cry, but he smiles. I heard that you will be out of stock and leave work early. Li Qin was surprised. How could the child know that the factory was out of stock temporarily? But before she asked, several female workers gathered around curiously. Qinzi, is this your child? Yes. Li Qin nodded. Xiaohua, say hello to ants. Menghua nodded with a smile. Hello, ants. Oh, how polite the child is, Cheensy, how can you tell me that your son is introverted? Isn't that good? My child never comes to pick me up. Yes, so is my daughter. She dare not take her classmates home for fear that others will know that her mother is a worker in a packaging factory. Women workers chatter. They usually have no fun but to gossip and complain about family affairs. Li Qin is surprised again. It's only polite for her to ask Menghua to say hello. In the past, the child didn't dare to look up and talk when he saw his relatives. How could he say hello as if he were a person today with a smile on his face? After saying goodbye to the workers, Li Qin and Menghua are on their way. Isn't it a graduation picture today? When will the diploma be issued? I don't know, it should be after the entrance examination. Menghua's smile has not disappeared. I said, Mom, shall we walk back? He wants to avoid the time of the car accident. Li Qin readily agreed. Usually Menghua always loved to hide in the room, so rarely put forward with her. Although I don't know what happened, Li Qin thinks today's son is very clever. They walked forward and soon saw that the crossroad ahead was full of people. What a tragedy! Well, I was shocked. The car suddenly rushed out and ran into a shop on the street. Fortunately, no one passed by. But the people in the car can't be saved. There was a traffic accident ahead, and Menghua was in a trance. Yes, this is it. In his last life, he saw his mother here for the last time. A young man who just got his driver's license stepped on the wrong accelerator and hit her by mistake. Changed. Mother didn't die. It's dangerous, Xiaohua. Let's go home. Li Qin frowned at the crowd of onlookers. She didn't want her son to see the bloody scene and quickly took him home. Menghua came home in a trance. When he calmed down, he began to think about what he would do next. After his mother died in the last life, the people who adopted him would remit a lot of money every month, but it never appeared. Menghua doubted the identity of the man, but he could do nothing in his last life. Now that he's reborn, he doesn't want to rely on that person anymore, and he doesn't want to continue doing nothing. Menghua wants to realize the dream that he didn't realize in his last life and make his mother live a happier life. But for a moment, he couldn't think of a quick way to make money, didn't buy lottery tickets, and didn't know the winning number. The most comfortable plan is to find a job after graduating from university. The problem is that Menghua has not yet celebrated his 16th birthday, and it will be 7 years before he graduated from university. Daylily will be cold by that time, and the advantages of rebirth will be wasted. Xiaohua, eat. Li Qin brought the meal to the table, and Menghua decided to think about it after dinner. On the table are fried pork with chili and shredded carrots. The simple dishes make Menghua miss the taste. Delicious. Mom, I will marry a wife who will inherit your craft in the future. I don't even have hair. What kind of wife do you want to marry? Li Qin put a piece of meat into Menghua's bowl. She thought of something and stood up. By the way, I forgot to show you the news network. You have to take current affairs and politics in the senior high school entrance examination, but you can't fall behind. As she spoke, Li Qin turned on the TV and tuned the channel. The title of the senior high school entrance examination has been published for a long time. Menghua ate a meal and glanced at the TV with disapproval. This afternoon, the Supreme People's Court of Jidong District publicly heard 3 or 12 major drug smuggling cases, which started in 2012. Poof. Cough, cough. Menghua took a mouthful of rice and coughed. What's the matter with you? Li Qin nervously poured a glass of water to Menghua and patted him on the back. Didn't you swallow it? Menghua drank water, his face slightly improved. I'm okay. Why are you so careless, you child? Li Qin goes to the bathroom and takes out a mop to mop the floor. However, Menghua's eyes are fixed on the news broadcast. Far East. Isn't that the location of RB? Why the Far East? RB, is it gone? Mom, I'm full. After eating, Menghuo rushed back to his room, took out his history book and turned it up. It turns out that not only RB, but also North Korea, South Korea, Eastern Russia and Northern India belonged to Huaxia state, which was established by Qin Shi Huang thousands of years ago. Although they were separated and combined in history, they never completely separated from China. No. Menghuo was dizzy. He also noticed that China was the largest and most developed country in the world, and the United States was the second. Combined with all the information, Menghuo was shocked to draw the conclusion that he did not return to the past, he crossed into a parallel world. As like as two peas in the parallel world, his identity is exactly the same as the old world. What kind of game is this? Menghuo's tangled hair, if it is a parallel world, the resource advantage brought by rebirth is not there. But wait, RB's gone. Menghuo suddenly thought of a point. Since the world's RB is China's territory, that is to say, its unique animation industry does not exist. In his last life, because of his mother's busy work, Menghuo liked to find comics at the stall and rent bookstores. Drawing comics was also one of his few hobbies, and comics accompanied his growth. However, it was not until his mother's death that he realized that his mother had given him warmth and that comics could never replace it. Unfortunately, it was too late at that time, and Menghuo became confused. He didn't go to school anymore. He just hid in his room to draw and paralyze himself. If it wasn't for meeting a woman, Menghuo might not be able to cheer up now. Yes. Menghuo suddenly remembered that he had excellent comic drawing skills. Are those skills still there? If they are still there, can Menghuo make a fortune by them? Listen to the full novel at famvetv.info, direct link in the description.